How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Mazimoto. So the last video you guys saw, I fixed the exhaust on my 1986 4Runner. I got that 4Runner because I traded my Jeep Cherokee XJ for it, and I got that Jeep Cherokee for free. So basically this 4Runner that I had was free. The goal of all of this trading was to get a Toyota Tacoma, the first generation Toyota Tacoma, because they're just pretty solid. And I like the 3.4 liter V6 motor that comes in them, and just 4x4, it does everything that I need to do. So without further ado, you know, on Saturday, Mike and I went down to Tracy, and I found a guy to trade me his Toyota Tacoma, 2002 Toyota Tacoma with 254,000 miles on it, 4x4, SR5. I got him to trade me the 4Runner for this Tacoma, and so I just brought it back home. Kind of drove it around town, and it drove great all the way back to San Francisco from Tracy. That's about 80 miles or so. Drove fine. Got back today. I went to go smog it, and the guy just looks at me and says, like, "This thing needs a lot of work, man. Did you just get this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, man. Like, somebody took out the check engine light from the instrument cluster, and you're gonna need to replace that, and it's like pulling a bunch of codes. You definitely can't smog, or you definitely can't pass smog." And I said, "Well, what are the codes? Like, can you tell me what, you know, what needs to be done on it?" And he was like, "Well, I can diagnose it for $80 or 90 bucks. He said, "I can diagnose your car for $90. And I said, "Jesus Christ, like, can't you just tell me what it is and I can try and figure it out?" He's like, "No, I can diagnose it for $90. And I was like, "Okay, well, probably not." And he was like, "And then I can replace the bulb in your instrument cluster for another $90. And then with parts or whatever that comes in." So I went to O'Reilly's. They scanned the car. Basically what codes are coming out is P0300, P0420, and P0440. And so currently I just have the mass airflow sensor, the MAF, out, and I'm just kind of looking at that. I mean, the charcoal canister checks out. That's what, you know, it looks like it could be. That checks out. All the lines look great going to that. It said that it could be the O2 sensor or the catalytic converter, but since, you know, on another forum it said that if the O2 sensor is even like showing that it pulls this code, then most likely it's fine. So I pulled out this MAF, and it's pretty bad. Like, the whole truck, you know, has probably just been off-roading this whole time. The guy that I got it from said that his son had it, and that his son crashed it or something, and like the whole front end is pretty messed up. He gave me a whole new core support for it. So this is what the mass airflow looks like. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, look at that. Super dusty. Probably can't see that. So the mass airflow is like pretty dusty. So right now I'm just going through the MAF, gonna clean that. Probably gonna go get some spark plugs and change the spark plugs. It says that it has a misfire, and it definitely does. When it's like idling, it's definitely misfiring. So I guess we'll see if we can fix the idle and do like regular maintenance stuff, get all this dirt out of the out of the air filter, and hopefully you can pass smog within this week, because I need to get this thing registered so I can start driving around and fixing it. So yeah, here's the Tacoma. It's pretty rough. Interior looks pretty good. Came with an extra tire. It's got this like pretty terrible paint. Started sanding it right here. The bed's seen better days. Body's pretty rough, but hey, runs and drives so far. Also, another thing that I noticed was the frame has the recall sticker on it. So the frame has the recall sticker, which means that the frame had been replaced at some point. So today we're just gonna clean off the MAF and just see if you know, I might go grab some spark plugs and throw those in, maybe do an oil change or something. I might want to tackle this core support. The guy gave me an extra core support to put into the car, so that's there right there. And I've been calling around trying to find a front grille. Bumpers are probably going to be hard to find. I might fabricate a tube bumper for it, since I don't know if I like the look of the stock bumpers. And I was thinking about downgrading the front end. I'm not a big fan of the 2002, 2003, 2004 front end. The grille just does not look good to me. So I was thinking about going down to either the 99 front end or the 97 front end. We'll see. If I can get the parts, then I'm probably going to do it if I can afford it. So yeah, let's get started. Ugh. Super. So I also have some electronic parts cleaner. I'm going to clean the inside of the MAF here. Alright, let's let this dry out here. Man, it's pretty, there's a lot of dirt everywhere in the air filter. It's pretty covered in dirt. Jesus. Look at that. Alright, so I've been working on the Tacoma for the last couple hours. I decided to tear it all apart. I'm going to do head gasket, valve cover gaskets, intake manifold gaskets. I'm going to clean out the intake manifold, do exhaust gaskets, basically every gasket that you can think of. And then on top of that, I'm going to be doing the timing belt, and I'm going to be doing the alternator belt, the power steering belt, and the AC belt, and yeah, new coils, new spark plug wires, new spark plugs, basically everything. So far I've gotten the whole front end off and taken most of it apart. Got the whole front clip off. Right now I'm working on getting the top of the intake manifold off. I got all the belts off, radiator, all that stuff. Oh, Jesus. It's completely full of mud. Covered in mud. There's a bunch of mud and oil in there. Jesus. Yeah, I think this is a stopping point. Feels good to do this stuff again. Yeah, so I guess I'll continue this in a couple days when I get some more time to do this. Probably tomorrow after work. Sweet, I'll see you guys tomorrow.